everyone, welcome along to Energia Park. What action we have this afternoon. Senior Cup starts here for Gonzaga and Clongowes in front of a great crowd for each side. Great to be joined by Richie and Michael. How are we all getting on? Looking forward to this one, Michael?
Thanks, Stuart. Looking forward to this. It's hard to believe it's 2 years since Gonzaga were knocked out by Michaels in the quarter-final. The pandemic intervened. We haven't had a chance to enter this amazing competition since, and we are so excited here in Gonzaga to play the co-champions. It's a great honour to get this going, and this is going to be a 50-50 contest, so close. Really very excited. I'm nervous as a teacher, and I'm sure all the players and students watching are nervous too.
And Richie, as a former pupil, how much are you looking forward to this one?
Well, Stuart, as Michael says, it's a terrific occasion here at Donnybrook today. Clongowes is certainly up against it owing to a few injuries and Gonzaga's good run of form. So I think it'll all come down to who settles it quicker, doesn't let the event get to their heads, and ultimately enjoys it for what it is. Clongowes ultimately always enjoy flying under the radar, so I'm looking forward to see how this one unfolds.
Yeah, Michael, the last time these two sides met was back in 2019 in a semi-final. Your boys got the win that day.
That was 3 years ago, so there's no one playing that day, but that was Gonzaga's first ever semi-final victory over Clongowes. Fantastic game, 22-19 victory. Actually the hat-trick hero of that day, Henry Godson, is actually one of the coaches for Gonzaga today, so hopefully he'll be able to implant some of that winning mentality into the players today. Yeah,
and a bit of revenge maybe for Clongowes today, Richie?
I mean, a number of years ago, Stuart, Gonzaga and Clongowes, it would have been a one-way street, but Gonzaga have really come through the ranks over the past number of years, and they're completely different propositions, so this one is it's a hard one to call.
Yeah, if we have a quick look at the teams there, Porrick Spillane, fullback, Senan Noon on the wing, the centres of Shane McNulty, Harry Roach-Nagle, Oscar Brand on the left wing, Tom Murda at 10, Harry McGoy at 9, Liam Burke at number 8, Blaise Malloy at 6, engine room of Alex Kelly and James Ruddy, James Wise at prop, Captain Leo Dowling and Flavo McCary at prop. For Gonzaga, key man Hugo McLaughlin at fullback, Hugo Neville on the right wing, centres of Hugh Goddard and Jody Brown, left wing Rory Finlay, 10 Steve McMahon, 9 Michael Sullivan, front row Toby Hammond, Tim Cotter and George Morris, Thomas Murphy and Luke O'Callaghan in the second row, Captain Noah Maguire and Gavin O'Donnell at 7, and last number 8 Paul Wilson. And it'll be Gonzaga to get us underway for their fullback Hugo McLaughlin. Should be a cracker, boys.
Really looking forward to this. Vital opening kick-off that it's dealt with well. Hugo and Stephen McMahon at half will probably share the kicking duties throughout the day.
And Richie, Clongowes will want to take this and get a good set piece going.
They'll want to settle into this game quickly, Stuart, yeah.
And not the start Hugo McLaughlin wanted there. Maybe a touch of nerves.
That's the sort of thing that happens at the start of any sort of big match. This has been the first time we've played a competitive game for since December, first cup match for 2 months. But it gives a chance for the forwards now to hit hard. This opening scrum here should be interesting.
Yep. Harry McGoy scrum off for Clongowes today. Good set piece, position to attack from here. Clongowes splitting both sides really. Be interesting to see which way they go. McGoy has Murda, uses the fly half, looks for the corner. Has that gone too far? And there you go, both sides, yeah, indeed, as you say. But these are big occasions for these players.
Massive occasions, Stuart. I mean, for the past almost number of years, we've been looking forward to a game like this, and so no doubt the fellas have all just been focusing on it. And sometimes it can just take a few moments, really, just to settle in and get their step right, get their decisions right, and really just enjoy it.
So, Tom Cotter here finds his man. Looked to have gone forward there by Sullivan. Has indeed, just another wee error there. So
there really is such hype in every school before these matches. It will take a few minutes for everyone to acclimatise to it, but these early nerves will pass.
Say the coaches, sleepless nights the last couple of nights, lads, wouldn't they be? Like, they'll be up the walls today.
I just don't know how. I mean, they've been essentially living with these players for the last 5-6 months, all on one big match like this. Loser goes home.
Harry Roach-Nagle carrying the line. Clongowes trying to get the hard yards, but has that been stolen? Has indeed. That's a great turnover by Gonzaga. They get the first battle at the breakdown. The ball's moved wide. Hugo Neville takes in, that's a big tackle from Murtagh. He doesn't shy away. Sullivan just looking for his fly half this time. He hits his fullback. That's a big boot from McLaughlin. Finding space in behind Senan Noonan. And he returns up the middle of the pitch. McLaughlin once more. The hitch kick, and away he goes. Route 1 style. Sullivan has his big forwards round the corner. Luke O'Callaghan. McMahon. There's his prop forward and George Morris. Good continuity for Gonzaga, but the tackling from Clongowes is there, matching fire with fire. Once more, Gavin O'Donnell. There's his back row partner, Sullivan, McMahon, the cutout ball, and here we go. Hugo Goddard. Quick ball they need. McMahon has space. He must be in. Is he there? It's great defence from Clongowes. That is massive. But we'll come back for the penalty. But that's bravery that Matthew Wright and his coaching staff will want to see.
Stuart, I think there's several new combinations in the Clongowes backline there, so I think they're really just getting used to each other. Clongowes are hit by a couple of injuries last minute. I think Gonzaga really test them out wide. McMahon got a little bit caught outside the 13 channel, but Senanu made a terrific cover challenge.
And there's got two great interventions there from Hugo McLaughlin, the kick forward, then the excellent chase through. So here's a great opportunity for Gonzaga to get on the board.
Indeed. Be their fly half. Stephen McMahon. He's kicked big balls in the league before. And there you go, good start from him.
Couldn't ask for a better, an easier kick to start and a better start for Gonzaga, scoring on our first foray into the Clongowes 22. So the key thing now will be to deal with this restart, not to immediately concede again. But that's a great start for Gonzaga.
Murtagh goes deep, better from the fly half. Sullivan just getting his forwards where he wants them. Thomas Murphy that time. Great work rate of the second row. That's what he's done all season. Back to McLaughlin. He looks to be the man to clear the lines all afternoon. And what a monster that is. But it's too far. Just out. Great kick, but just a wee bit over eager there. Maybe went for a bit too much distance.
It was taken back inside and he kicked within the 22, but that's two good kicks in a row. It's very unlucky and would have been a game changer all around had it bounced and touch. But defensive line out now for Gonzaga. This will be an interesting battle. We've been contesting lineouts all season, so we're interested to see if they challenge for this.
So Clongowes captain Leo Doylan, his first line out. He'll want to find a second row or his back row, and he does just that. And here we go. They're getting it moving. This is where they want to be, Clongowes. That is good defensive set from Gonzaga. They wheel it and they go themselves. Still there for McGoy. Darling the hooker, offering himself up. Good take, Roach Nagel. And here's his other centre, sometimes a full-back, but he's there, Shane McNulty. McGoy switches the point of contact. But the penalty comes and the work at the breakdown, and it's George Morris. He's not going to be moved there. That's brilliant from the prop.
Gonzaga utilized the entire phase, like repulsing the rolling maul, pushing it back out of the 22, and then dealing with those few phases and then winning the penalty there. It's a fantastic start defensively for Gonzaga.
Richie, Clongowes did set it up well, but just didn't get the support man there quick enough.
I think that's going to be the way it's going to be for the afternoon, Stuart. I think Clongowes are going to look to try and keep it as tight as possible. Gonzaga are very strong out wide, but equally we've seen how strong and powerful Gonzaga are in the pack, and in that tight there's no certainty there.
Cotter now. Bit of movement in that line out, well worked for Gonzaga. Look, O'Callaghan, the talisman in the green shirt. And Sullivan hits it into Sky of energy at Park.
Great box kick there by Michael Sullivan. First of the day. Great chase.
There's Murtagh. Clongowes slow to react, but then covered well through their fly half. They have numbers this side, but they just take it into contact through Liam Burke. Great to see him back. Had a struggling season with injury, but he's back out there. Seems to be enjoying his rugby. McAvoy to his opposite man. Two scrum halves. McLaughlin. Clongowes need to be careful of this fullback. He's dangerous. Now he's at scrum half. Looked to be an intercept, but now they're on the attack. Still going. Must be a score. One more. Not as well worked. And there's the score. Jody Brown.
Incredible start.
Big start for Gonzaga. First try of the afternoon. Well worked in the end. And nice hands to finish it off.
That was, it was so close to an intercept try there, and that's what happens in those situations. I went for the intercept, missed it, and then the try was scored.
Nice to see the two centres work there in tandem.
Absolutely. I'm sure Hugh Goddard could have made it himself, but he took the safe option, passed to Jody.
Fifth year
Gonzaga have
student.
a habit of making great starts to games. The key thing will be to play for the full 70 minutes. But this is beyond the dreams of the players and the supporters here in Energy Park.
Yeah, big moment for the fifth year student there, wasn't it?
Absolutely. To get that opportunity to score a try in your first Senior Cup start is incredible. Difficult kick now from the touchline.
Yep. McMahon doesn't think much of the post protector anyway. Let's see if he can add the extras. That is superb from the fly half.
It is a fantastic kick.
Especially in front of his fans over there on the far side. Brilliant.
Stephen only took over the kicking duties in the league semi-final back in December, but hit the winning kick in the semi-final and in the final in the last minute. So he's well used to dealing with under pressure. He's been a stellar player so far.
So Clongowes get themselves back in this game. Not the start they wanted.
It just shows the fine margins. That could have been a 14-point swing there.
McLaughlin once more. Here we go. Clongowes on the counter. Oscar O'Brien. They come the short side. That is big tackles from Gonzaga. They're trying to compete at that breakdown as well. Clongowes happy to slow this down. To Harry McAvoy. Off that left foot. Straight into the hands of McLaughlin once more. And he is powerful. 2 or 3 Clongowes men taking him down. Nice hands from Thomas Murphy.
Gonzaga won't mind the ball being kicked to Hugo McLaughlin all day.
McMahon.
He's shown such
Inside
adventure.
ball. McLaughlin. He's done so well. Can he regather the fullback?
Oh.
That would have been some effort. Just couldn't quite grab on. You can see the frustration. That was brilliant interlinking from the 10 and the fullback.
Terrific cover play there from James Ruddy. They're going to be relying on characters like him to carry them through this rough patch at the moment, Stuart.
But you can see ball on the plate. Sullivan, McMahon back inside to his fullback. That is lovely. He put that on his foot very quickly. Smart play. Oh, that is unfortunate.
It would have been a try for the ages, but he has to bounce back now.
I can see the disappointment in your face, Michael, up here. You
I
thought that was
ready to. I was. A start like that would have been beyond the realms of my fondest dreams, but still, that's. We are very happy, and the key thing now is to perhaps make sure that we don't enter a lull period now. Clongowes are still be very dangerous. A 10-point lead is easily surmountable at this stage.
So back with the Clongowes captain Dowling. Of course, his brother has a bit of cup history too. Well done, James Ruddy. McAvoy. Forwards give him a bit of time. He can launch one. Well covered. And away he goes. Has that been turned over? That is brilliant work on the floor by Clongowes. And they have numbers. But Murtagh probably does the right thing there, the fly half. But we're going to come back. There was just a knock on. Richie, Clongowes need to score next, they really do.
They need to grab a foothold in this game. They rely now on Ross McGoey, settle things maybe up, direct his pack around, and see if we can get into that corner, and see if we can try force something through our line out and through our pack.
Michael, 4 out of the last 5 league titles won by your boys. Pretty impressive, isn't it?
It's been a fantastic, 5-6 years for Gonzaga Rugby, unprecedented in the history of the college. We really, I think it's fantastic to play in the league. It gives you that competitive action throughout the autumn and into the winter. So at the very least, Gonzaga know how to win close games, and that's something that will hopefully stand to them later today.
Clongowes coming around the corner. James Ruddy. Blaise Malloy, be good to see him in action. Wari, back row. Rather speculative dummy there. Always good to see. Straight through the middle. That is brilliant. Well worked. And they go once more. This is better from Clongowes. Now they do use it wide. Just not quite happening for them. Was that knocked on? Referee and the touch judge just want to have a word. John Carville, the man in the middle today. Better. They're starting to get a few phases though, Richie.
Liam Burt there at number 8, Stuart, has only just come back from injury. I think he's 3 games back in. But you could really see his intent there and just how strong a runner he can be. I mean, if we settle it a little bit out wide, perhaps then we could go from there. But look, here's a line out now, and Leo Dowling with James Ruddy. I'm sure they've plenty of plans.
Yep. Dowling just getting a word from his prop there, telling him the call. Just a mistake. Too long in the throw. Another opportunity gone. This time it's McMahon. It kicks well. Noon been involved a couple of times as the winger. Clongowes happy to kick. McLaughlin looks a cracking player. And that is a nasty one to take. And he's I would not want to be out there catching that. There's plenty of wind.
Both the kicker and the winger had their hearts in the mouth there. Would it land in touch, or would he have to catch it? But he would be delighted that he got that touch that time.
Wasn't quite the spiral bomb, but it was something nearly enough similar.
It's an interesting one, Stuart, because it's a relatively calm day, but both back threes have been tested non-stop really since we began.
Yeah, there has been a lot of kicking, but probably expecting the first 15 minutes. Getting rid of the nerves.
So far, Gonzaga will be delighted if Clongowes keep doing that all game.
This time, Clongowes do win it. They batter it up through their inside centre. Roach Nagel in the red boots. Murtagh, nice take. But then his outside centre. McNulty got a bit flat there and knocked it on. Just maybe trying to force it there in the middle of the park.
And this is Gonzaga's first scrum of the game from their own put in, so this will be a good attacking platform for them now. All players going to the left-hand side of the pitch, or just one winger remaining.
Of course, Gonzaga never won this competition, but got to a final.
We got to a final in 2019, 2 semi-finals, but it wasn't until 2017 that we reached our first ever semi-final. So it really is in the last 5-6 years under the coaching tickets of Declan Fassbender and Gareth Pelly, who played in a Junior Cup final together in 1989. A low-scoring 0-0 draw thriller that they finally get a chance now as coach and manager to bring Gonzaga rugby culture to a new place.
Once again, very impressed by Clongowes' defensive sets there. They're right up quick. But then the fly half does make the move. McMahon, silky skills once again. He likes that inside ball. And here he is. Can he get it away? No, he can't. And there it is. Big turnover on the ground at a crucial stage. Liam Burke, you mentioned him earlier. I think that was him again.
A big moment from Liam Burke. Big moment for the team in general. I think they really needed that spur a little confidence.
Gonzaga did have numbers on the right hand side here, so it was just that one more pass would have unlocked the Clongowes defence. A great turnover.
Burke, not the biggest boy, but certainly great in the ground, and he pushes above his weight, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's remarkable. He's just back from injury, but the coaching team were prepared to back him. He's got in there, and already he's had 2-3 big moments for Clongowes. I think we'll be looking to him for the day.
So, Michael, what's the atmosphere been like this week in school?
I'd say healthy optimism. I mean, the players have been extremely calm and composed. They know how big a challenge it is to take on the co-champions. But the hype from the general student body, I mean, just think that they've been 2 years in the school. First and second years haven't experienced this over the pandemic over the last 2 years. So this is going to be the hype. We had chanting practices in school today, reintroducing a new generation of fans to what is just an amazing competition. That we're just so delighted to be back playing.
And Richie, obviously Clongowes got to the final. Actually, the final was never played. So we're saying they are the holders, are they? I'll leave that up to you.
Oh no, we're definitely saying that, all right, Stuart.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel for those lads who never got that opportunity to run out in that big day. Like, they're such special occasions and something that'll live long in their memory, not to mention their sporting memory. But here we are again. There's 2 lads who are part of that squad. A number of lads part of that squad, and they'll be hoping that perhaps over the next couple of minutes they get themselves back into this game, because otherwise it could get away from them very quickly.
On some stage, Mr. Wright will want to bring back the glory years, won't he? Like 10 and 11.
Mr. Wright is always looking to bring back the glory years. I mean, what a terrific coach. The coaching setup there with John O'Donoghue and John English, they'll have left no stone unturned.
So we restart with Darling. They do somehow still have it there, Clongowes. It has it. Is that a wee bit of obstruction? And that is an area Clongowes have worked hard on, and it's just not quite functioning.
Just not quite there, and I mean, it could just be a little moment that might just click. We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, that's going to be the hallmark of this year's competition for all teams. So few players would have played in the competition 2 years ago, and they would have been inexperienced fourth years. Nerves are going to play a part throughout the entire contest, so we will have these things. I'm sure we'll get into a more flowing set of rugby moves in the second half.
Sullivan. There's the ball. Nice play from the centres. McMahon. Once again, you see an intercept near coming there. That's twice. Obviously, the first time actually end up in a Gonzaga score, but you feel as if that could happen throughout this match. There could be an intercept.
The referee had shown some mercy there. It could have been considered deliberate knock-on, but the scrum will suit Gonzaga well, and their attacking platform in the middle of the pitch.
Michael.
Again, choosing to have most players on the left-hand side.
Michael, you were always going to say that, weren't you?
Well, I mean, we have to, you want to see her for our detached commentary.
I'll give you a bit of bass in there. I don't mind that. Sullivan whips it away. Mahan. There's the kick over the top. Well executed. Who can regather? It's Noon. Smart play from the winger. Covered the ground well. Clongowes just getting forwards there. And that caterpillar is set up. McAvoy. But that's not a moment
again.
He'll want. Poor kick from the scrum half. Puts his team back under pressure. Just moments like that, Clongowes need to cut out.
Gonzaga line-out has been strong so far, both in attack and defence, so they've reduced the numbers again, so we'll see what this goes to.
Tim
O'Callaghan
Cotter.
doing the lifting this time.
And this time, it's Gonzaga's turn to get it set. Cotter at the back. And then his big forwards join him. Sullivan giving the marching orders. When will he use it? Brown at first receiver. But they're happy to keep it tight at the moment. Those extra Meters and yards are so crucial. They're still going. This is an unbelievable effort. Can they go all the way? Still going. Impressive. The big number 8 peels off and goes himself. Inch after inch, and there it is. Just short. One more maybe needed, but that is some counter. And what a turnover that is from Liam Burke. Talk about a big moment. And they go through the heart. The big prop. And look at this. This is unbelievable rugby from Clongowes. All from their own line.
Tackle there.
Nice hands. They do have numbers. Darling, nice dummy from the hooker. Back inside. Just didn't quite happen, but it's still there. McCarry, he's at the heart of this move, the big prop. And speaking of the heart of it, his hooker's not far behind him. McGoey, he goes himself. Just need to keep the ball now. Ruddy once more. Here's Wise. McGoey. There's the man who started it all off, Burke. Murda nice and flat. Pulls it back. Roach Nagel coming more and more into this game. Have Gonzaga got hands in there? They have. And what a moment.
Gonzaga visualises that could have been a huge momentum shift. I mean, it was a faultless rolling maul in the 22, but then obviously the breakdown on the line. Incredible counter-attack from Clongowes, but Gonzaga will be delighted now to have this relieving penalty. But they have managed to stop, hopefully the Clongowes momentum in its tracks.
That was the best passage of play so far in this game, Richie, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and to come from where it came from, Liam Burke again, right at the heart of it, off to James Wise, and off they went. It just showed the capacity that this team have.
And we saw, obviously, with Gonzaga's try, it was so close to being intercepted. We saw there that a Gonzaga attack could have been translated into a Clongowes try very quickly. So it shows how evenly matched these two teams are. And teams can't take the foot off the pedal at any time. Particularly, they need to be aware of counter-attacking opportunities that their opponents can spring on them at any time.
Cotter, number 8 straight off the top this time. Mahan feeds a try scoring Brown. They switch it back. Try to catch Clongowes off guard. Not quite at the moment. McLaughlin coming up from fullback. Sullivan, he fancies a wee dart through the middle. McLaughlin, he doesn't take a backward step, does he? George Morris, the vice captain. McMahon, straight through. He's looked dangerous. Has a couple of players inside and outside him, and he has his big second row. Thomas Murphy.
What a move.
And that is Gonzaga at their very, very best.
That was mesmeric from Stephen McMahon. He's made that move every time. Incredible. And Thomas Murphy was there right beside him. This is an unbelievable start for Gonzaga. This is beyond our wildest dreams.
McMahon really is orchestrating plays, and men inside and out. Murphy was the man, and he'll remember that try for a long, long time.
These players in fifth year, they played in the Junior Cup, were very disappointed to lose out in the first round of St Mary's. This is a chance for redemption for them today, and so far the start is beyond our wildest dreams. This will put us 17 points up. There's still a game to go. There's still a full 40 minutes to go, but this would really put Gonzaga in the box seat.
Been so impressed by Stephen McMahon. So he set up the try. Can he convert it? Yes, he can. It was only going to go one way, and it was straight through the bar.
Steve McMahon, he's a brilliant Gaelic footballer for Kilmacud Crokes. He's I'll give him a plug. He's from my old primary school, Holly Park Boys National School as well, out in Blackrock. So he really is coming to the party today. He is dominating every phase. Clongowes will have to do something about it if they're going to get back into this match.
Yeah, Richie, Clongowes do need to get themselves sorted and try and get over that line at some stage or get something on the board.
Can't help but think that was a bit of a demoralising blow, Stuart, to have come as far as they did and then to go back from whence they came. It's a blow, but still plenty to go.
And here they come. McAvoy. Nice hands from the forwards. Once more, always looking to get that offload away. Ruddy that time. Here's Murda. Bit of a jink. Of course, his old man, he knows all about a jump and a skip anyway. Back with Gonzaga and the green shirts.
It's a big hit by McAvoy.
Good battle on the ground. Here's Brown. And Gonzaga win another penalty. It's just not happening for Clongowes at the moment in this opening 30 minutes at Energia Park.
Gonzaga want to close down these remaining 6 minutes. Don't give Clongowes a foothold in this game before half-time.
Clongowes missing a lot of key players, aren't they, Richie, as well? It's been a difficult couple of weeks as far as the treatment table's been.
Very difficult couple of weeks, Stuart. Hugh Wilkinson has been left out, and even so much as in the past couple of days we had injuries in the form of Johnny Kiley, who's a big loss today as well. We also missing Max Duggan, and a Leinster representative. There's a whole army of them there, but it's really up to these boys to try and lift their game now.
That time Clongowes do better at the maul. Murda.
Great strength by Jody Brown there.
Yeah.
Getting to go around.
Good battle there. Murda did put in the tackle, going up a centre twice his size, but the penalty is conceded and they go quick. Paul Wilson in the headband. And the ferocity in which these Gonzaga carries are coming through are hard to beat. McLaughlin is almost playing like an extra forward. Morris, a hard man to put down, but that time Clongowes, they've had a couple of turnovers on the ground, and look, that time it was Slavio Macari. Did well, looked dynamic, and a good poach from him.
Yeah, that Clongowes pack just need to get in over that ball, force Gonzaga into that turnover. But still, we're really camped back in our own half. We've yet to really make a substantial gain into the Gonzaga territory.
Actually, may have been James Wise there.
Hugo McLaughlin was getting some work done on his shoulders there by Peter Marr, but he looks like fit to continue. He's enjoying this contest as well. 5 minutes to half time now. Gonzaga will do everything they can to keep Clongowes off the board in that time.
Even at 17-0 down, you can hear the Clongowes faithful. They're never going to stop, are they, in the crowd?
Never have, and they never will. That support has always been tremendous, and for those lads to be, I suppose, on the day released from school, it's a big day for them, and one they certainly enjoy, win, lose, or draw.
So Darling right in front of us here.
Oh, great work for Thomas Murphy.
Thomas Murphy, not only a try scorer, he's a line-out operator too. That was well stolen. Luke O'Callaghan joins him. McMahon. Gonzaga runners everywhere. The quick ball is really helping them. Did that ball just go forward? Referee says no, it didn't. Back inside. from Sullivan. That is lovely rugby. And the chip and chase from the big second row. Oh, can he regather? This is a monumental moment for him. You don't see that often.
The short.
But they just need to
Gonzaga's
hold
out.
on. Where is that
Penalty
ball?
coming.
Still there, McMahon. Surely, and there it is, Hugo McLaughlin. And this is a first half that Gonzaga have been dreaming of, and they get their third score of the afternoon.
I've been watching Gonzaga for 28 years, and I have never seen a half of rugby like this. This is the best I've ever seen. We've had so many horrendous defeats over that time, so many difficult days, so many close defeats. But today, this has been the best half. It's just perfection so far.
And it was their Leinster under-18 schoolboy McLaughlin that made it count and jumped over that line with a big smile on his face. And 22-0 they lead. Soon to be 24, no doubt, because McMahon, he hasn't put a foot wrong. I would say that'll continue. And as soon as I say that, he hits the post.
That's unfortunate, but look, Thomas Murphy's break there. I mean, to see a second row have the ball skills to, first of all, surge through, then kick it forwards, then reclaim it. So unlucky not to score himself, but then McLaughlin was there. Stephen will be kicking himself for that, but let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt Gonzaga later in the game. But a 22-0 first half really is, as I said many times before, beyond our wildest dreams. Still 2 minutes to go, though. Very important to stay focused. Close this half out.
Gonzaga with their tails up. Can Clongowes get anything before half time? And there is the charge down, and there will be the score. One hand, two hand, it doesn't matter. They get the first try of their afternoon. It's their big number 6, Blaise Malloy. And he looks up into the stands and says, "Get behind me, fans, we're still in this game."
I think that's absolutely crucial before half-time. Blaise Malloy, he was there. He's been very busy all afternoon, so it's just rewards.
I mean, that's a huge momentum shift there. Obviously, Gonzaga, it's still been a fantastic first half, but that will be something that will be ringing in their ears. It will give Clongowes some energy going into that second half. But it just shows that this game can turn in a moment's mistake, a missed kick at one end, a block kick at the other, and suddenly a 24-point lead is nearly a 15-point lead.
Shane McNulty adds the extras, and Clongowes, they're back within 15.
I mean, just bringing it back to the Gonzaga score just previous to that, I think a typified our afternoon to that point. McNulty made up so much ground to try and get back to cover off against Murphy. It really kind of was setting the tone for Blaise Malloy now to get Clongowes finally on the scoreboard. That is massive.
As you say, they'll be slightly happier going into half-time. Not much, but a bit more happier.
Slightly happier, plenty of work-ons for sure. Let's hope they come out. Plenty of momentum now into the second half.
McNulty gets a few extra metres on the floor. I've been very impressed by Liam Burke in that grey head guard. Defensively and on attack, always seems to beat the first man. McLaughlin
again.
Yeah, kicking his legs through the tackle. Luke O'Callaghan, 6 foot plus. There's McMahon
again,
running the show. Don't have a scrum half. Who's acting? There's a short ball to Cutter. Sullivan back up. And back serving ball on the plate. Bossy oil scrum half. McMahon, that time he forces the offload. And the ball is turned over. And McCoy, does he spot space? No, he doesn't. Sullivan does well to get back in position. But here's McCoy once more. Has numbers outside him. Decides to go himself. Gets it off the ground. Clongowes looking to keep the ball alive. But the error once more. And that has summed up their half, Clongowes. And to make matters worse, they've conceded a penalty.
That'd be huge relief in Gonzaga there. I mean, this has been a difficult few minutes Stephen taps it to himself and kicks it out, so it'll be half time.
So Gonzaga definitely the happier of half time. Clongowes did just get the score before half time to make a game of it, but at half time it is 22-7 to Gonzaga, and at the moment they have the bragging rights. Second half coming up shortly. Well, the players are back out. Big second half needed for Clongowes. Richie, 40 minutes, 35 minutes I should say, to keep their season alive?
Well, it would have been a very different scenario at half-time if Blaise Malloy hadn't got over for that try there towards the end of the first half. I mean, it's game on as far as game on can be. But look, if Tom Murta nails this kick-off, we put the pressure on, we manage to get into the Gonzaga half. Let's see what unfolds.
The only sub I can see there is Matthew Roachnagel on the pitch for Clongowes. Straight up there, trying to make the tackle. That's a good take from Gonzaga.
Gonzaga want to channel the first 33 minutes of that first half rather than the last two. What a chance now to build a platform.
McMahon spots space. Not a lot of space, but well covered. And Clongowes, they're away. Harry Roachnagel covering up the pieces, getting a bit of extra ground. McGoey, lovely. Burke on his shoulder. And they go through the middle. One more. Great to see the forwards interlinking like that. Is that ball? It's not being allowed to be played. So penalty to Clongowes. And Mr. Wright and his coaching staff, John O'Donoghue, and Tomas O'Leary, of course, coming into the school start of this year. He'll be happy with the start to the second half.
I think so, and you see straight away there Burke and Ruddy straight to the fore of that play. It was the first time really I've seen Roachnagel getting his hands on ball as well. The Roachnagels, a lot is made of them. They're footballers, and I think they need to get on ball, but like that, he's a late change into the centre, usually a full back. So we know he can run, we just haven't seen enough of it just yet.
So, Doyling wants to get the arrow right. And he goes to the tail. That's perfectly set. And they come off it. And here is the captain back inside. And that is lovely rugby. Oscar O'Brien. You can see what it means to him. And game on. They fancy this Clongowes, so they do.
It's great to see Clongowes there race back to halfway. They know there's a job on hand here. There's plenty of work to be done. Oscar O'Brien cut an inside line there off Leo Dowling. Well worked line out. No doubt the work of Johnny O'Donoghue.
Brilliant from their captain there. He peeled off early, back inside. Lovely rugby.
Oscar O'Brien has turned into a poacher. He's a very capable centre. Came back into Clongowes this year, and I think he's been leading the scoring charts, and you could easily see why.
Well, Michael, worrying moments, is it?
Certainly when you're 22-0 up, and it looks like now it might become 22-14, these are worrying moments for Gonzaga. They just need to remember how well they played in that first half. And, they have to arrest this and, reverse this Clongowes momentum now.
So, McNulty. Clongowes up to 14. Yep, he does indeed.
I've been saying all game, Clongowes have, they're a school with an incredible rugby culture. They were never out of this game. This will be a humdinger 50-50 contest until the final whistle. Gonzaga need to get into the Clongowes half, slow the game down, and restore the dominance they had in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Richie, a school that wins this competition 8 or 8.5 times, whatever you want to call it, they don't lie down, do they?
Don't lie down. I said just as they came out at half time, is game on as much as game on can be, but it certainly is game on now.
Clongowes just making sure they're set, and they are, and there's the bust, and look at this, away they go once more, and the impudence they're having in this second half is brilliant, and the offload, and here's the captain back inside. This is absolutely scintillating. McNulty, what a try, and how games can turn in their head. Their captain involved, their back row involved, finished off by the centre, and that is splendid rugby.
That is one of the finest Clongowes tries I've seen over the past number of years. Everybody seemed to be involved. McNulty there with the finish at the end, a long rangy player. Once he got inside Murphy there was no catching him.
Big shout out there to Senan Noon. He did well, kept the ball alive. Flick inside to his outside centre. And look at this. 5 minutes into the second half.
In 7 minutes, this game has been turned on its head. This is an incredible momentum shift. Gonzaga will have to turn this round very, very quickly. Clongowes will have their tails up.
So, can the try scorer convert and make it a 1-point game?
You hit the nail on the head, Stuart, there, just about Senan Noon. I mean, was very much aware, the very consistent player, very dependable player. But sometimes days like this, they really bring the best out of players, and he's been tremendous all afternoon.
Yeah, McNulty there, of course, play a lot of rugby at fullback as well. Now shining at outside centre, and he can kick his goals. That was a lovely straight and through there. It wasn't the hardest of kicks, but he certainly nailed it.
He certainly did. He's a footballer, McNulty, and you can really see it in his play.
This shows how rugby is a 70-minute game. This has happened to a few times in Gonzaga this season. Big early start followed by a lull. This lull, Gonzaga have to turn this round.
Matthew Roach-Nagel, he certainly added value there in the 5 minutes he's been on ever since he chased that first restart. And there you go, an error forced. It is all Clongowes at the moment. And it's going knock on from Gonzaga. Turns into a penalty. I'm not sure if I can see him, but a certain Mr. Wright might just have a smile on his face. But he's a hard man to please.
Very hard man to please, but you can see the hunger in these Clongowes lads now. I mean, again, Burke was to the fore, and there's a number of lads there you can turn to. They're all leading in their own right.
It's a critical phase here. Gonzaga need to stop this Clongowes line out. Clongowes got such almost an uncontested try at the start of this second half. Gonzaga have to do better this time around.
Yeah, they haven't started in the second half. Sure, they haven't, Michael.
Absolutely not. No, I mean they, since the knocked the charge down try at the end of the first half, it's been frantic. It's been totally different to the first 33 minutes. We just need to turn this round as quick as we can.
Darling.
And that's the start.
Not quite the throw the hooker wanted there. They'll be asking a bit too much in that wind. But his team will have the ball back. And here is Oscar O'Brien. Of course, really got the ball rolling in this second half for Clongowes. Nice feet. Alex Kelly, I think that was. And there's the decoy runner. That is brilliant rugby. McGoy, he's trying everything. The ball spills. And pressure back on Clongowes. Well covered up there by Senan Noon. And here we go again. Harry Roach-Nagel.
Chubby Hammond wasn't letting him go there.
Clongowes looking to go out the back. And that ball has gone forward. And will he give a scrum, or was that the penalty advantage? You wanted a penalty for that in the first half, Michael. It never came, and it hasn't come for Clongowes this time as well.
Referee's being consistent, no doubt about it.
Lads, this is what it's all about. 1 point game. What do we have? 20 odd minutes, a wee bit more to go. Cup rugby. Like, these are big bragging rights going through the next round, aren't they?
Cup rugby is back, and it's great to see.
If any viewers came to the match right now, they'd have assumed it's been a ding-dong contest, score after score, but it's actually been two separate matches so far. So it'll be interesting to see how we got the last 25 minutes goes. But here's at least a scrum platform for Gonzaga. I know it's a Clongowes put in, but they'll hope to exert some physical dominance here.
You can just see in the crowd here today, Stuart, it's fairly packed out energy. Everyone loves their school's rugby. There's just so much excitement. You never know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next. There's structure, but there's so much creativity there too. And seeing guys go out there and enjoy themselves, especially as Michael said earlier, having been cut inside for so long, to see them back out and just doing what they love to do, it's great to see.
Burke just trips up over his own feet. That's unfortunate for the number 8. That's the only thing he's done wrong in this 45 minutes or so. But Richie, you've seen a lot of cracking players come through at Clongowes. The Carneys, the Burns, all these internationals, British and Irish Lions. Really is great rugby school, and like they just want to produce more and more talent.
It's interesting actually, Stuart. Over the past number of years, they've always the lads who've come through, the likes of Will Connors, the Byrne brothers. You have Tyg Byrne there, obviously, who signed his new contract with the RFU today. They're all in the pack, whereas I suppose traditionally Clongowes were always you had your Carneys and Gordon Darcy and Fergus McFadden. So really, I think that goes to show just where the game has gone in terms of power and where you can really make it.
So, reset. Gonzaga the first time in this half really to show what they're all about. And their number 8 picks, Wilson. He fancies going out on his own. Well defended. Senan Noon. The winger did well against the big, powerful number 8. Still there. And there's a short line. But we will come back for the penalty advantage. So this really is, Michael, the first time we've seen the green bodies of Gonzaga show what they're about in this second half.
Forwards coach Martin Fenley will be delighted with those last 2 scrums. First defensively and then a solid platform there. Rampaging run from Paul Wilson from number 8, but Gonzaga going for the corner. It would have been a challenging kick for McMahon, so the line-out has been a good platform for Gonzaga so far, so they're hoping to get a major score here just to quell the Clongowes momentum.
Paul Wilson, a GAA man as well, highly talented.
GAA man, a winner of the All-Ireland minor title for Meath this year, and his grandfather won All-Ireland medals for Cavan, so he's talented with both the oval and the round ball.
And he's getting stuck in there, and here he is with the ball alongside his hooker, Tim Cutter. And they're still going. They had such a good drive in the first half, nearly got them over. Will they get the rewards in the second? I think it was Darling preventing it, but there's the line and there's the score. Gonzaga do score their first try in this second half, and they needed that.
Again, a fantastic rolling maul platform. There was a penalty advantage coming, and that gave the chance for the free play, and they got it out. Stephen there, straight to Rory, scoring in the corner.
Yeah, the winger did well, Rory Finlay. He had to be there, but he finished it well.
I mean, it was all the power work of the forwards. I mean, you can see Gonzaga forwards powering rolling mauls. It's not something we'd associate with Gonzaga over the years, but again, it's a change of the rugby culture of the last 5-6 years that we have that sort of power.
So it looks to be a change at scrum half for Clongowes. Harry McGoey there left the pitch. Pretty good 50 minutes or so from the scrum half. As McMahon lands up another one from very wide out in this touchline. Is it there? Just misses from the fly off. He can kick, he certainly can. Got his radar on, that's very unlucky from the number 10.
Yeah, he'll be annoyed with that. I mean, that's it shows he had that very easy conversion that he missed at the end of the first half, but that shows the quality of kicker that he is, and I have no doubt that he has the ability to hit those good kicks towards the end of the game if needed.
So, replacement for Clongowes, Tom Hennerby on at scrum half. And once again, James Ruddy, he's got hands like a fly half. And here's his second row partner, Alex Kelly. Those two have worked so hard. Murda, well away. Who's outside him? Is it that man Burke? Yes, it is. And look at him going those extra yards. Hennerby, he's added injection in this open 30 seconds. He's been on the pitch. He's looking for a quick ball. Ruddy doing the grunt. Ball still there. Nice hands on to his captain. Careful not to get isolated. Roach Nagel. Ruddy, who else back up on his feet, but has the turnover just come? Just the knock on there. I was sure Clongowes kept the ball phase after phase. And just that crucial moment, Richie, the ball just went forward.
Yeah, Tom Hennerby there has injected a fair amount of pace into it. Straight off the kickoff, you could see McNulty and Roach Nagel were there in amongst it. Clongowes really trying to get back into that ascension. And hopefully now Gonzaga clear their lines, and hopefully we can
great
stem the
discipline
tide.
in defence by Gonzaga too. No penalties, calm, measured defence. So a chance to clear our lines now.
It's great to see both of you back in your sides anyway. No bastard here, lads. McLaughlin. That is a splendid clearance.
I think it's safe to say, Stuart, though, Rugby is the real winner so far.
Rugby's never the winner, Michael. It's all about who wins, the best team.
And this is, knockout rugby. It's just it's such months and months and years of effort. In fact, since the pandemic, it will all come down to the next 19 minutes. It really is do or die for these players.
Darling still looking to go to the back, and after the one he missed, the execution there is brilliant from the hooker. Getting a good crash up the middle was Roach Nagel. Hennerby just looking for his fly half. Bit of confusion, but still there. And Noon stepping off his right and left. Well done. He was under a bit of pressure, was the winger. Darling, his work rate. But again, the mistake comes. The error was forced really earlier from that breakdown. A bit of confusion between 9 and 10. McLaughlin into this afternoon sky. And what a take that is by McNulty, using his fullback skills. How he caught that. Hennerby. He's testing. Gonzaga fullback. The ball spills loose, but it was an early tackle. He was close there. Shane McNulty just got his timing a wee bit wrong, Richie.
Shane McNulty, up to this, he's been everywhere, and the real energy through his feet. I think he was just a little bit too eager at that moment. Glad to see him stay on the pitch.
Yeah, seeing it there in the replay, it was just a missed timing. Just a penalty. A good touch from Stephen there. Another line-out platform for Gonzaga. It really was a stupid kick there. I'm sure, challenging one for Stephen to deal with, but he'll be relieved that the penalty was given.
So, who else but Thomas Murphy? And here we go. Luke O'Callaghan comes in to join him. Ball at the back with Paul Wilson. Just happy to keep it in there. This Michael Sullivan. No, he does. He looks to move it. And there's the first try score of the afternoon. Jody Brown makes a few extra meters. Mahan pulls it back to Goddard. McLaughlin, I should say. Sullivan, great service. Good crisp passing from the 9. McMahon has runners outside him. Maybe a wee bit flat. Or Clongowes. They've been exquisite at the breakdown. If it's not their back row, it's their second row. And Alex Kelly, another big moment and a big momentum swift.
The resilience of this team is something to behold. Really, a number of mistakes in the first half, a little bit of a patchy effort, but to come out really and put right all those wrongs, even in these moments now, I mean, it's a credit to them.
This Gonzaga team have, of course, had a great season, only lost one game, if I'm right in saying.
Yes, the only game we lost was a league pool game down in Kilkenny, and we had a chance to avenge that against Kilkenny in the league final. I know Kilkenny had a great victory in yesterday's first round match here at the Leinster Senior Cup. We had friendly victories over Belvedere, St Michael's, Blackrock, but this is the match that counts.
Yeah, and don't forget, there's plenty of last 16 or first round action throughout the week in the Leinster Schools Rugby. Stay tuned, 3 o'clock tomorrow up till Friday. Plenty of matches going on and videos on the net. Big tackle. Matthew Roach-Nagel. Back row, second row, doesn't matter, he'll work hard. Noah Maguire, the captain, leading by example. Back up. Was he held? Referee says no. Sullivan. And there's the lines. Liam Burke doesn't know when to stop tackling, does that number 8. Sullivan, he threatens the defence. And there was that intercept I talked about earlier. That was the closest so far. I'm sure it was in his second hand.
My heart was in my mouth there. That was a dangerous pass to throw across the middle. It shows the fine line between attacking intent and recklessness. That really was very close for an intercept.
Do you reckon he would have gone all the way, Richie?
I'm hoping somebody was following up Leo Dowling fairly quickly there. But I mean, he's the kind of player who just never switches off. He's always alive to every possible moment.
Yeah.
Activity now in the Gonzaga subs bench, I see.
Yeah.
Looks like Tom Wiley and Oisin Murray will be entering the fray.
Yeah, as I just briefly mentioned there, St Gerard's School v Newbridge tomorrow at 3. And Ross Cray against Wesley on the 17th of February. Plenty of rugby coming. It's great to see. You can watch it all. irishrugbylive.ie. Great to see schools rugby growing and the product getting live streamed.
Looks like Tom Wiley coming on for Gavin O'Donnell.
Yeah, gets it rounding. Applause from the fans here down to the right, all the Gonzaga faithful.
And Oisin Murray has entered the fray at scrum half, replacing Michael Sullivan.
Thought Michael Sullivan was very good actually today.
Had a great game. I mean, obviously the one unfortunate moment of the charge down at the end of the first half, but otherwise a fantastic game and has led Gonzaga brilliantly from that vital position. But Oisin has come on in the league semi-final and in the league final, so he knows how to close these games out too.
Yeah, be interesting to see how he goes. Still only 6 points in this game.
There's Michael going off to a well-deserved round of applause from the Gonzaga fans.
Considering this game could have been dead and buried after 30 minutes, Clongowes, you've got to give them all the credit. They get back within 6.
You just wonder how much exertion it caused to get them back into it. 1 or 2 players gone down there the past few moments.
Here we go now. Nice hands from Goddard. Look, O'Callaghan. Double tackle from Clongowes. They're still hungry as ever. And there's the mistake. Just a wee look up there from Stephen McMahon. Apart from that kick which hit the post, you can't fault his effort. He's had runners outside of him all day and he's created space, set up a couple of tries, but that moment, a wee moment he'll just want to forget.
This is the fine margins that it's a tumultuous game out there. These are, he obviously had his eyes on what the potential for an exciting attack down the left-hand side. So just shows you to keep that eye on the ball. But again, an opportunity for Gonzaga to show some strength here in a defensive scrum.
So Clongowes right in the middle of the pitch here. Hennerby just shouting over there to Tom Murder which way he wants it. And this time he does go open side. Murder puts it on that right boot. Bit of a spiral. Great to see. But straight into the winger's hands. Here he is. Kick over the top. Can it be collected? Yes, it can.
It was knocked back by the defender.
Was indeed. Clongowes somehow got back in there. So that could have been a real game changer, but they covered it well. Hennerby just wants to steady the ship here. That's well played from the replacement 9. That was a time he had to find touch and he did just that. Mr. Wright will be happy with his scrum half there.
It was great clearance. Gonzaga getting a lot of change out of their return kick, so we really needed to make touch there.
More subs. Clongowes looking to their bench. Harry Coveney makes his way onto the pitch, and I see Liam Burke come off as well. Considering he hasn't played much rugby, that hour from Liam Burke was exceptional.
Harry Roach-Nagel there suffering the effects of the efforts. He's come ashore with O'Brien joining McNulty in the centre.
Yeah, I just mentioned there Liam Burke. He's off as well, Richie, but he's been one of the standouts for Clongowes.
Liam Burke has been absolutely outstanding today, and for him to come back, he's been plagued by injury over the past number of years, and for him to come back and put on a show like that today, fair play to him.
Cutter, banker ball, well away. And the replacement 9 had a bit of pressure there, a couple of purple and white jerseys on him. But Murray does the right thing. What a tackle that is. Hennerby shoots the line, gambles and gets it right. Murray does find grass, but he also finds poor Expelan. Haven't seen too much of the fullback. The young 5th year, he'll want to get his hands on the ball this last 13 minutes or so.
These next 12 minutes will define the lives for the next 46 players involved today.
Hennerby.
The tension here is just, you can just cut it with a knife.
Looks like a bad injury there. Just got to be
Looks
careful.
like McLaughlin.
Yeah. Hugo McLaughlin, let's hope he's all right. It's McMahon, the trusted inside ball, but not like the first half. Clongowes are well aware now, but he still looks to challenge that gain line, and he does well. Clongowes, they're right, they're hungry, they want turnovers, they still believe. Look, O'Callaghan. Geez, the dominant tackles from Clongowes are just creeping up on the line. And look at that, are they on the ball? Just couldn't quite get over it. McMahon.
That's Hennerby with another massive hit on the outside. For such a small fella, he's really making his presence felt.
Yeah, Hennerby and Murda. Jeez, they don't stop, do they, for the size of them? They just tackle and tackle and tackle.
The smallest lads always pack the biggest punch.
This will be of concern for Gonzaga now. Hugo McLaughlin is still down, getting treatment from the physio and doctor.
Richie, that's
Gonzaga does have options on the bench, but at days like this, like we are missing our captain Davy Colbert, who's out for a crucial injury. Hugo has stepped up to his position in fullback, has played wonderfully well today, so this will be of concern. Hopefully he'll be back on his feet now in a few minutes.
Yeah, big loss, obviously, as you mentioned, Colbert. But Richie, you were saying there, the smallest man always packs the biggest punch. And mine, in your case, that wasn't certainly.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm a massive hitter.
All right, okay, Richie, I'll let you away with it then.
Thanks.
Rory Finley also getting some treatment there from Dr. Marr.
There's plenty of bodies on the ground. These boys are tired. They've worked so hard, and like, as you say, 10 minutes defines their season.
Next 10 minutes to really define the conditioning of these players as well. This artificial surface tends to sap the energy, so we'll have issues with cramps, I'm sure, over the next few minutes as well.
And let's face it, Richie, this will be some of the biggest games these boys will ever play.
It's huge. In terms of physical preparation, it's enormous. It's also mental preparation and getting your head right. You know what you're facing into. All your family are going to be here, all your friends are here. We're commentating on this. Those thoughts will be going through those players' heads, and so for them to keep their heads right, keep their emotions in check, that's a huge battle in itself.
Superb kick there. Steve McMahon gets it just inside the Clongowes 22.
Great effort there by the Clongowes winger to keep the ball in play, but it's been awarded just inside the 22 as the line out for Gonzaga.
I think it's Rory Finley now. Another try score for Gonzaga, just pulling up with a bit of cramp. Another 5th year student injury.
Oscar O'Neill is getting ready to come on.
Yeah, Rory Finley, he was injured in the Junior Cup, so good to see him back out there.
Yeah, he missed the Junior Cup match against St Mary's 2 years ago, and he's been struggling with injury at times this season, so it's great and fantastic that he scored the try, and he's getting 60 minutes on the pitch here. But Oscar coming on now, Oscar O'Neill, to replace him on the wing.
Yeah, let's hope.
Seems to be walking on his own power at least, though he's getting some help there.
Yeah, let's hope Rory Finley's okay as we reset with the Gonzaga line out. And their trusted Cutter and Murphy combination works again. but it's not straight.
I think it was for the not setting the maul correctly, so a clever play by Clongowes there, showing discipline not to engage the maul.
Yeah, offside in the end there, so it was. So, Richie, Clongowes may look to run this, will they, or will they clear their lines?
I'm just looking at Tom Murtagh there. He's issuing directions out to his back line. I see McNulty lining up here. McNulty, by all accounts, seems to be able to do everything, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him hitting up the middle.
We shall see. Hennerby doesn't need to do much, as the scrum is won, the penalty scrum, and that's a big get out for Clongowes. Another chance, get this up towards halfway, and all they need is one chance, and who knows. Murtagh, probably not the greatest kick from the fly half, but it is safe, and they still have a chance to attack.
That's the important thing, especially after Gonzaga's was nearly stopped on the ambitious clutch kick, so safe touch. As long as a chance to build here, but I'm sure Gonzaga will try and contest.
What a take that is. The big second row. One hand plucked it out. And they get it set, and you can hear the fans just saying, keep it going. And they listen. And the whole school is behind Clongowes. They'd be pushing this maul if they could. And they're still there. Now they move it. Hennerby. In off his wing. It's Oscar O'Brien. Coming round the corner. James Ruddy. They have numbers, and away they go. And here is the winger. What can he do? O'Brien, he cuts inside. Just need to be patient. Gonzaga doing their best, and they did very well. And what a moment that was, because Clongowes did have numbers, but the breakdown proves crucial, and Gonzaga were in there.
A huge defensive moment there. I heard every Gonzaga coach screaming for the penalty there. Great discipline in defence, great covering tackle by George Morris as the ringer was rampaging through. But again, another injury stoppage here, but that would be a huge turning point now. It's just with 6.5 minutes to go, Gonzaga will want to slow this game down as much as possible, win this ball out of the line out, and try and play the rest of this match in the Clongowes half.
You can tell Clongowes are the team at the moment. Gonzaga are tired. They really are tired.
Clongowes are certainly on the rise. I just hope they haven't left it too late. They came flying out of the blocks. Gonzaga helped to stem the tide for a short amount of time. Depends where this next phase of play is going to end up, but you'd have to hope that Clongowes can stay in touch.
Of course, Clongowes coach, he's had experience in big games before for RBAI. Got their cup final himself. Methodist College Belfast took him that day. But he knows how to get through rounds, so he does. He knows how to get his team, and he'll be hoping his coaching skills can get them through this last 7 minutes. But Michael,
Clongowes have shown continuing in the second half how they can attack from deep, so even playing the game in the Clongowes half isn't going to be enough for Gonzaga. They need to maintain possession as best they can. Clongowes have shown the ability to move from 22 to 22 in a few seconds, so Gonzaga needs to be very careful in these last 6 minutes.
Just down to the left was there Tomas O'Leary getting instructions on. What experience, Richie, he's adding to the school.
It's a huge experience to have in there.
Although he never went British and Irish lands, he was picked, but injury forced him off, which is disappointing for him. But Munster, Ireland, he need to say no more. What a career he has.
I think the only thing missing from his CV is a senior cup medal with Clongowes, I think.
Well, who knows, Richie, who knows? Cutter, and they go off the top. McMahon pulls it back to his inside centre, and Brown. And around the corner, Paul Wilson. And here's the set piece. And McLaughlin, what a move that is. The fullback gets it away. He's our strike runner. Oscar O'Neill just needs to stay in touch. Try here, and it would be Gonzaga's. Brown once more. Noah Maguire just standing still. Thomas Murphy, he goes through the middle. But what can you expect? A winger getting the turnover. Oscar O'Brien looks up in the crowd, punches the fist, and he believes and his team believe.
Ever since Oscar O'Brien stole in for that try at the start of the half, he's been very influential across the park, and now in the centre he's more to the fore again.
That's another huge moment, just as Gonzaga's penalty 90 seconds ago arrested Clongowes' attacking momentum. Now Clongowes have this platform still in the Clongowes half, so Gonzaga won't be panicking just yet, but again Clongowes have shown continually they can get in, they can move along the pitch very, very quickly.
Darling just steadies himself, takes a moment, and he gets it right. And this has been a great weapon all afternoon, and it's getting better and better. We saw 1 minute ago, but they do decide to use the backs. Murda, here's a chance, but there you go, there is the intercept. Oscar O'Neill, and that is that. Gonzaga, that's the score, which books them into the next round. As for Clongowes, it's just not going to be.
Incredible anticipation from Oscar O'Neill. That's just to be there, to come onto the pitch just 5 minutes ago, to be in position to capitalise on that mistake there. Clongowes understandably had to throw the ball around. They had to, overcome this deficit. But Oscar was in the perfect position there, scoring the try. And obviously, we'll never say never, but in the 3.5 minutes to go, that looks like the insurance score for Gonzaga. It caps a fantastic performance by the team if that is the case, but we'll see how this goes over the next 3.5 minutes. But a wonderful capitalisation from Oscar O'Neill there.
Yeah, Richie, so disappointed. I can see it in your face. Tom Murda had to try something. He did. The pass, it probably was on, just the execution wasn't quite there. And Oscar O'Neill picked out of the air and said thanks very much.
Such a cruel blow. A cruel blow.
So Mahon straight in front. And he puts it in to the Donnybrook end. Over. The flags get raised. And Clongowes need 2 converted tries. Never say never. But it's a big, big mountain to climb.
You'll see the cavalry off the kickoff here. McNulty, Roach-Nagel, they're all in. They're all going to be gunning for this one.
You felt all day that an intercept try was possible. Both midfields are playing fast and loose, and strong work there from Paul Wilson.
Referee John Corville just asking for a bit of calm from both teams. Shane McNulty, the Clongowes try scorer, kicker, just down there. Bit of cramp. Exhausted bodies, and mentally they'll be exhausted, Risky.
They'll be exhausted mentally, and I said earlier, it's as much about mental preparation, and I'm sure they've been through all these scenarios over in their heads. Unfortunately, it's not playing out the way they would have hoped, but it's plenty to learn from this day too.
If this match does end in the Gonzaga victory, it'll be an important lesson for the team that they can't, have a 10 minutes like they had at the end of the first half and the start of the second half again. They have to play for the full 70 minutes in the next round.
Let's see, can Clongowes respond? Get a bit of pride and hope back in the jersey. There's the captain. Back inside. I'm not sure he meant it. That was a bit of a trick play, wasn't it? They're still going. No better man to lead, Alex Kelly. Oscar O'Brien. He's been everywhere in the second half. Here's Ruddy now. It's now or never. Wise takes an extra green shirt with him. And they're round the corner. And the offload away. Still going the fullback. Does well. Does Spillane. Just needs to get ball to ground. There's the ball out wide. Must be a couple more phases. Still there, good line. Big tackle still coming in. McNulty smash back. Ruddy. This time, just the hard yards. Now they spin it. But the first receiver wasn't there. And Spillane has to pick up a loose ball. They've lost yards. Wise once more, just securing that ball to the ground. Nice hands from the hooker, acting at 10. Darling, and here we go. Here's the second row. Spotted a gap. Oscar O'Brien. If he's not out wide, he's through the middle. The ball now does come wide. Must be in. There was men outside. Replacement there, Coveney. And there is the knock on. Are we going to come back? Yes, we are.
Fantastic effort by Clongowes there. They've had so many, scores, things go against them in this game, and they just keep coming back. They're a credit to their school, and this. I'm not sure how much time is left, but they really have given that to the last man, to the last minute. But also great defence there for Gonzaga, showing pride in keeping that try line intact as best they can. This may be the last play.
Not too sure how long is left. Even the players are asking the referee. Penalty was initially for Gonzaga going off their feet. Words of wisdom there. Tomas O'Leary to his fly half, Tom Murda.
And that's Hugo Neville getting treatment, I think.
What a battle it's been between the two Jesuit schools. Looks like it's going to go in the way of the green men of Gonzaga.
I can remember when Johnny Sexton picked this fixture out of the bowl. I could see how excited he was when it was picked out, knowing that two rivals of St. Mary's will be going hammer and tongs. Only one of them being able to come through.
Shane McNulty's off there, Stuart. He's had a tremendous game, a really, really good effort.
He has indeed. Got his try, kicked well, carried hard. He'll be disappointed, but a fine afternoon for him. And they go, nice trick play. And they're not going to be stopped, I don't think. That is brilliant work at the line out. And the try is given. And they still believe. And I think it's the replacement, Dan Daly, that got over. But that was superb rugby execution from the set piece. Well worked.
Dan Daly's unlucky to miss out in selection today. He's been in the running all year. I probably expected to see him on the ball a little bit more, but great to see him get over the line there at a crucial time.
This conversion here will show whether Gonzaga have a few scary minutes to worry about, or
just not there.
And that's
from Murda, and that is that. Clongowes fought and fought and fought, but ultimately that first half cost them. As for Gonzaga, they secure their place in the quarter-final. Some game of rugby, men. Gonzaga, obviously the happy men who qualified the next round. But Richie, disappointing afternoon for Clongowes and their school and their team, but they did their school proud.
Absolutely, Stuart. I mean, I can't fault them for effort. Ultimately, they left themselves at too big of a hill to climb. But to finish the game out as they did, canter the Gonzaga line, they gave it their all. Players dead on their feet. Fair play to them.
Michael, last word for you. You'll be a happy teacher tomorrow in school.
I will be, absolutely. I was rhapsodising at 22-0. I was so excited in that first half, and then we saw an incredible comeback from Clongowes. Hopefully, Gonzaga coming through this sort of near-death experience after Clongowes coming back so close into the game will make them stronger for the next round. We're delighted to join Blackrock College and Kilkenny College in that next round, and this has been a hard-fought victory. We've been thinking about this for months, and we look forward to the quarter-final after the midterm break.
Well, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Great game of rugby. Gonzaga the winners. They go into the quarter final. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thanks, Stuart.